We're learning to figure it out myself and come home with broken legs. So, I think I wanna do that.
Cause it bikes and don't be jumping.
Yeah.
Who's jumping? Every kid on the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll find you
Teach them how to do a stacker. So, we're gonna do a clinic.
Okay.
Do it correctly, so we don't.
It's 2:30, so it's time. Let's call this meeting to order.
It's 2:30.
Have a roll call. We got, who's not here? Sheila?
Yes, Sheila and Melissa are both.
Sheila and Melissa. Okay. All right. Okay, do y'all have time to have you read the minutes from August? Okay. I need a motion to accept that.
So move.
Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Motion been made and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That passes, thank you. Okay. Looks like we have a report on funding, and I bet it's gonna be this group right back over here that we're gonna be talking with, so. Folks, would you like to get started today?
Yeah, if whoever wants to go first.
I can go first.
Yeah,
I have a,
Josh, you go ahead, hop up there.
Sure.
I have a PowerPoint, zero way I can hook up to the TV.
Oh, gosh.
So we're not in our typical space, as you can see, and if we were in our normal space, you could plug in real easily at the podium. I'm not sure what the capabilities are in here.
He's been prepared for weeks. I've seen him. I'll vouch for him. He's done a good job prepared. He was prepared, a couple weeks ago when we were supposed to meet.
You what?
The right hand connect.
I believe in US.
There we go.
If that doesn't work, you can do interpretive dance.
He might be able to do that. Wouldn't put it past him.
I feel like my chair's not tall enough.
I think it rises, doesn't it?
So,
No, I don't think so either, you're right. I'm just short, so.
I don't know by any means.
Welcome to Conway. You okay? All right. And as you can see, they don't have anything electronic.
We'll probably need to do this better by holding it.
Okay.
Going that way.
Okay.
My name is Joshua Gibby. I am from UCA Summer Theater,
All right.
and we put on a show.
Maybe.
It says to push Windows K. But he has a Mac, so which doesn't have a Windows button. But do you think you could just hold the screen up for us? We're close together.
There we go.
Yeah, that might
We can see
be,
it.
This might be over
you could, yeah, you could even stand up there.
And walk around.
Kills for me.
So yeah,
Typically, we would
like I
make this
said,
easier
my name
for
is,
you.
Joshua Gibby, and we put on the Three Musketeers at the UCA Summer Theater this year. This was our second year active, and we're part of UCA's campus, obviously, and we were at the new Wingate Center there. We had 647 attending out of the 2-weekend festival.
Excellent.
With 330 of the survey responses that you guys asked us to have them fill out. We had 137 from Conway, 167 from Arkansas in general, and 26 from out of state. We had people all the way from California to New York coming to see the show. Here is a list of the local restaurants that our patrons visited. 56 different restaurants that they came to and stopped by either before, after, or just while they were here on their weekend.
And you said it was 2 weekends?
Yes, 2 weekends.
Okay.
Well, the hospitality program appreciates that.
And then other activities and places that they visited, and things they did: shopping, thrifting, splash pad, just all the various different places and businesses they went to in Conway, including one who took a trombone lesson from a UCA professor right before the show. Here are the hotels that our overnight guest stay. We didn't have that many overnight guests stay because most of the people were from Central Arkansas. But it seems just the three major hotels that they chose right here. And here is the marketing materials that we actually used. That would have all of the Visit Conway logos on them. We did for the Democrat Gazette, Log Cabin, the Log Cabin newspaper. Our posters that we put up all over Central Arkansas. We used the same poster, we shrunk it down and used for the programs. And then we hung a big banner out right in front of Wingate at the corner of Bruce and Donaghy. I think it was about a 6 foot long banner or something that was there for about a month. And yeah, do y'all have any questions for me?
Well done.
Yeah,
Well
good
done.
job.
Can you
Glad
email
to
me
see
that
plays.
PowerPoint? Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be.
That was very,
And you're
very well
talking to me,
organized.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, and do I need to email you? I got the survey responses, I can email those to you as well.
Yeah, it'd be great if you
Cool.
send that at the same time.
Excellent
Any
job.
other questions?
Nope.
Thank you all very much.
Thank
You
you.
don't have to stick around, thanks, man, good job.
Do what?
You don't have to stick around.
Okay, cool.
You can get out of here.
All right, thanks.
But
Well,
thank
you
you.
can stay.
But thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I used to sit at Reynolds Hall for
Oh,
years.
okay.
So you don't have to go.
I had to recluse myself to do this. Sorry, all right, thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And I'll get those to you, Rachel.
Thank you.
Okay.
You wanna go next?
Okay.
My name is Nathan Honeycutt, and this is, Charles Haynes. We're with the Arkansas Country Music Awards. And we wanted to thank you all for considering and supporting the awards event. We just had the 8th annual event here at the Reynolds Center, and it happens on the first Monday of every June. So the next one we're already planning for, in fact, the same night we started planning for the next one, but we have the Visit Conway logo we had all over the stage, and lanyards. We don't have those, neither one of us wear those during
I
the show.
sent her
but
a
I
whole
think,
bunch
you
of
know,
stuff,
Yes.
it was
Yeah.
sent, yeah.
Yeah, and did quite a bit of social media and things, and one question I had was as far as the chamber and the EDC, like what organizations are here? Like what is the Visit
So
Conway
this
is
is-
the chamber?
No,
No, it's-
this
no.
is the A&P Commission, and
Okay.
Visit Conway is just the public brand of it.
Got it.
Because people outside of Arkansas don't use the term A&P Commission. So when we're advertising or talking about money that is spent from the A&P Commission, the brand is Visit Conway. It doesn't have anything to do with the chamber.
Got it. Okay. All right. Yeah, we sent a lot of that. I wasn't anticipating doing like a chamber, slideshow.
Well, I'm sure
Oh, it's not
I'm sure
necessary.
Reynolds Hall, I used to be on the board there, I'm sure they appreciate having you out there, so,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, we've been there since 2021, and we're gonna be back there in 26. 5 of the 8 shows have been held there, and this award show has had such guests as Tanya Tucker and Leanne Womack and
Wow.
Billy Dean and tons of other people. I mean, this is the biggest country music event in the state each year.
Good.
Nice.
We have the regular categories you would think of for the independent country artist, male vocalist, female vocalist, album of the year, and all those things. In addition, you have the Country Music Hall of Fame inductions, And of course, this year, Colin Ray and Sean Kemp and John Huey went in the Hall of Fame, and Colin Ray was a huge segment and the big draw, and it's just a super event. And we love being in Conway.
How's the attendance?
It holds 1,200 there, and we're always real close one way or the other on about 1,000. And if it was a $25 event, we would sell it out, but it's a red carpet event,
Yeah.
I mean, tickets are like $100 to $150 for the floor, and so we do pretty well with that.
It's great.
I know our experiences when people like that come into town, we see it at the restaurants, we see it at other places.
Yes.
It's a win-win. I know I have to keep my place open at 5 o'clock where people can get up there and still do it, it gets us pretty busy, and it helps our business, which means it helps other businesses too.
And the hotel that was the official hotel, we had about 26 rooms of the people that we had kind of as far as putting the show together. But I don't know all of the other hotels that people use, but just in ours, it was about 26, I think, rooms.
Great.
And I sent Rachel an answer to some of the surveys. We did the surveys a tad different. We didn't have the actual ones at the event because with our VIP, wasn't really easy to do. But afterwards, we posted on our social media and a link for people to fill one out, and we took that file and I sent it.
Perfect.
All right.
And if it would be helpful, there's other things. We do a lot of, so we have the annual event, that's the physical event where people show up. But during the year, we have the nomination round, and then the voting round, and then, so we have basically 3 big pushes. And so during those first 2 pushes, there's more opportunity to implement something from Visit Conway to kind of ramp up and maybe get some different types of information there that we could put into these forums and do some fun things. There's quite a few things that we could probably do to implement and accommodate, basically, and we'd be open to doing all those things.
Okay.
You know that we have application time for next year.
Yeah, I've got her email.
Okay,
Just
excellent.
wanted to make sure that you guys knew about
Because we
that.
want you back. We want you back, yeah.
Well, we appreciate you, we do.
Yeah, we'd love for all of you to show up at the event if you haven't been able to. Have any of you been able to go in the last few years?
I have not
Okay.
gone, no.
Okay, yeah, well, it's a very well done event. It's one of the best events I've been to, but not because
You're
of
doing
me. It's the grouping of Arkansans that comes together. They're really highly supportive of the artists in the state, and then you get all this Arkansas pride from, wow, I didn't know that guy wrote that song, or she wrote this song, or got a hit there or here. But some of the most successful people in the music business, period, are from Arkansas, and a lot of them are behind the scenes, but a lot of them you've heard of. And it's fascinating to walk in the door and see that happen. We've got 80 feet of red carpet, interviews. We're gonna have more interviews every year. And this coming one's the 9th annual. The one after that's the 10th annual, and we're already planning on what can we do to not overdo it. But we're planning on some big things for the event. So each year we add to it and regroup and try to improve and make slow improvements every year. And I used to run a chamber of commerce, and I know heads and beds is a big deal, and but I think it would be fun actually to help implement something that was because we collect a lot of data. We collect IPs and emails and all these things, and we really could steer information as far as if you want to gather specific things. We could do if you all had something that you wanted, we could help implement that.
Because we probably have 6,000 to 8,000 people in any given year that submissions for nominations, and then probably about that many that vote on the fan portion.
And they're not always the same people.
Yeah, we have tons of emails and all that.
I'm going to assume that since you just started 8 years ago,
2018.
that you have a category for honoring people posthumously.
Yes, so Lifetime Achievement,
Which is a Hall of Fame.
well, it's called Arkansas Country Music Hall of Fame. We've had from the first year Johnny Cash, Patsy Montana, people like, and then all the way through. Just like you might see in the CMAs, there's different time frames of people in consideration, plus songwriters, performers,
musicians.
for the Hall of Fame, and that is a big part of how Tanya Tucker shows up, or people like that, because they're honoring someone that is like incredibly close to them. She came to help honor
Ed Bruce.
Ed Bruce.
Yeah, wrote a couple of her big hits, and the big one she performed on the show was Texas When I Die. And Ed Bruce was born in Kaiser, Arkansas. He also wrote Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. You'll be amazed at the stories we could tell of how many famous people are, and songs that are written by these people from Arkansas. Or, Leanne Womack came to honor Mark Wright. Mark Wright's from Fayetteville, one of the most successful producers in country music. First person to sign Toby Keith and Miranda Lambert to a record label. Produced all the Clint Black stuff, including his debut album, Killing Time. Produced Leanne Womack's I Hope You Dance. She performed that on the show. It's just, that's
one little brick.
Yeah, it's just scratching the surface.
Was Patsy Montana the first one to ever sell 1 million records?
Yes, we were just talking about
Okay,
that.
fine.
Yep. Her name's Ruby Blevins. She was
Yes,
from
I know her.
Arkansas,
Yeah.
but she sung Western
He was
songs.
my frat brother.
They said she had to have a Western name, so they come up with the
Patsy Montana, that's what I thought, Patsy Montana, okay.
We've had the Rolling Stones attorney.
Oh, Bill Carter, he
We've
was
had,
honored.
we've had people
He's from my
on,
hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't think I knew where Rector was, did you?
Well, only because of him.
dang near killed her.
What's that?
Nothing.
Yeah, I know.
That's stupid.
Yeah, but you know, Herbie Mandrell was honored one year. You know, that's a Mandrell sister's dad. You know, now the girls they weren't born here and they never lived here, but he was born here and he was one of the most successful managers in country music history. Manager Barb Mandrell's career had a lot to do with the ins and outs on the business side of hee haw and some other things. So this is you know, I know we could sit here and brag on ourselves, but this is a big deal.
Years ago when I was in Nashville, I had them come eat breakfast with me all the time.
Yeah.
They were in
How about
Nashville.
that?
Yes, it was really interesting many years ago. That's 40 years ago, 30 probably, so, yeah. But the hee haw group came in nearly every day. It was an interesting group, yeah. Wow. Y'all do
You got a
it.
website?
Yes, sir.
ArkansasMusic.org.
Okay.
And if we can have a follow-up meeting and talk about other stuff in addition to the actual awards, if y'all would like, just send me an email.
We ought to be pumping this.
Yes, that's what I'm saying too.
And we would like
Lord,
to.
can I have more?
to
Can I have more?
Help accommodate.
Yeah.
That. So if we can be helpful on.
We've already announced the
any level.
2026 Hall of Fame inductees. They're the Whites, who's been on the Grand Ole Opry for many years. Sharon White's married to Ricky Skaggs. Alan Reynolds from North Little Rock, Arkansas, who wrote lots of hits for Don Williams and Crystal Gayle, many others. But he produced all the hits in the 70s of Don Williams and Crystal Gayle. In the 80s, he produced Kathy Mattea. He's best known for producing all the albums for Garth Brooks of the 90s. He was born in North Little Rock, Arkansas. He produced Crystal Gayle's Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue.
Yeah.
He produced
Yeah.
he produced Friends in Low Places for Garth. He did all it. And Alan's still living, and he'll be inducted in the Hall of Fame right here in Conway on June 1st.
Very cool.
Wow. Put that on my calendar.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thank y'all very
that's
much.
pretty amazing, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, it really is.
That's a Monday.
It is, first Monday in June. You gotta have award shows on odd nights because people are out making their big money and do their concerts on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's why CMA awards used to always be on a Monday and now they're on a Wednesday.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Good to meet you, Rachel.
Yes,
She
you
and I,
too.
the one that's
See you
always
in
been in
person.
contact.
That's right.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you, what you do more, we're here.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. See you.
Yeehaw.
Okay,
Do y'all have reports?
No, we're the
Okay.
parts.
I knew you were. I'm not used to seeing them, so I just wanted to double check before we moved on.
We're just tag-alongs.
Okay, welcome.
the event I'm gonna talk about is a lot quieter. This weekend, we had the, Arkansas, Deaf Society, and that we had a little thing with them, they ate at my restaurant on Thursday, so we had a visit with them, and then, Saturday at the Hilton. I sit out there and kind of pray, God, let me say the right stuff, hope they can understand me and help me get through this sanely, but anyway, when it came time for me to talk, and it was about 50-something people there, they'd come from all over the state, and, I knew they were struggling with speech, blind, several different things there, and knew how hard it was to communicate. And I got to use an example from my life that a year ago when my wife was dying of cancer, she lost her voice totally, and how we had to go back and deal with that. And so I'm talking to these people here who've had so much more difficulty in their life. Before it was over, they were hugging me, crying, and saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you," and it just touched my soul. Just and they came up and hugged me. They said, "You need a hug right now," so I got about 40 hugs. You'll take one. I'll take them all. So anyway, it was one I wasn't sure about. I was scared to death to do, not to mess it up. Prayed about it, and it really turned out to be a blessing. Like I said, yeah. And Arkansas wasn't going to win no matter whether I was watching or not. Okay. All right. Financial information now. That's what we are.
That's correct.
Okay.
I'm already covered up by 10 things over here. is a low month for collections, so get ready for that. We're still over 50% on pay simple.
Yay.
The first sheet, the balance sheet.
Obviously, I couldn't be doing this without her, so here we go. All right.
Okay, you got the balance sheet, you got the balance in the operating account. Well, the 7873 is the old operating account, which there's still a balance in to cover some checks that were still outstanding, but it's $230,029.69. The new operating account is 1145, and that balance is $2,284,265.06. And collections account is $1,324,247.24. And our CD went up by roughly 900 touch more dollars to $515,787.62. So on page, well, might as well flip to page 3 so we can have a 2-year comparison for the income statement. We were in the red this month by $7,301.02. And this month last year, we were $38,280.06. And for the year to date, we're at net income of $436,119.34, as opposed to last year, this month at $480,483.00.
Any questions about this?
And we did get reimbursed fully for the fraudulent checks. I got a phone call, the week before last that we have a detective now assigned to our case, so.
Looking for the folks.
Yeah.
So in the backup information, there's just account reconciliation, the general ledger, and the reconciliation for all 3 accounts.
Jill, besides changing accounts, did we do anything else to add some safeguards to not allow somebody to get access to our accounts again?
Yes, sir. We have positive pay. Every check that I write, either operating, just on operating account that's open. I have to send them, upload them to positive pay, and they have to, every one of them has to be approved, and it has to match the check totals, the check amounts, and if it doesn't, they'll call me to verify.
And she spent 5 or 6 hours getting this done with her, because we were both there kind of helping out, kind of involved all the stuff.
To my knowledge, that's about all you can do. We've had to do the same thing in the past, and other than that, I don't know what else you can do.
Yeah, okay, good. All right.
We filed police reports, we
Yep.
closed the bank account, we got positive pay on the old account.
A lot of work on the back end, I know.
Try to get an attorney, but anyway, so, but we got good information out and, so. All right.
Yeah, we no longer closed out the account and got back to the office, and they were trying to pass another check through.
You did a great job.
You did a great job on that.
I wouldn't have cut that, so, yes, thank you, okay. All right.
I'm gonna approve the financials before we move on.
We don't need to do the collections. Sure. Okay, moving to the long pieces of paper.
We are down a little bit.
Do what?
We are down just a little bit.
Yes. You go to page 3. Those are our collections for the month of August were $535,434.68. Of that, restaurants were $490,006.04. And hotels, short-term rentals, motels, all that, $45,428.64. And we are down from last year at this time by $13,844.59. And up over December 2023 by $7,414.09. And our year-to-date cumulative total for collections is $3,917,476.88. I have to think the only reason is because everybody started going back to school.
Well, usually the first week in September is not a great hospitality
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Well, this was-
Labor Day is not a. Yeah.
Well,
No,
school started back in August, so
July and August was the biggest I'd ever seen the hospitality in Conway and in our experience. Both those months were record setters for us, and we saw that look like throughout the state pretty much that July and August were both real solid. We said did over 400 and something thousand during that time, so there was still a lot of people in town. A lot of people came to town with 2 graduations and all the other stuff. So I've been meeting people from New York, different places, so there's a lot of different folks that are coming in out of Conway. This is what I'm saying. That's
good.
yeah, our July was much better, but
Yeah.
I think that was the record number for us. Next page is the past due collections, which totaled $23,640.03, which $18,298.25 was food and $5,341.78 was hotel. And that consisted of 4.3% of total collections. And we were up last year over, well, last year this month, we only had delinquent collections of $3,388.39. We have stayed on the phone, we have called, we have emailed, we have people coming into the office, we've had, all kinds of different things that were going on this month. We tried to clean up our spreadsheet. Unfortunately, some of the same remain on it, but no, I'm not, collections excluding delinquents is the 5th page, and then the final page last page is pay simple collections, which totaled $302,635.91. That was 55.10% of total collections, with 304 food and 63 hotel.
Any questions? We need a motion for this.
Yes.
Do I have a motion? Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay. Looks like that passed, so, all right.
Jill, there's one on the past due list that kind of concerns me because we've had issues with that person in the past, and that's R&M Southern Eatery. And it looks like they're 4 months behind right now.
They kept trying to make payments online, to which all the payments were returned because they were unable to locate the account. So I got in contact with Mary Ann, and she, or maybe her husband Ryan, and they swore it was a new account, but all the information was correct. So I had to call PaySimple, our online payment processor, and get them to get their name off the known bad list, because if they bounce a payment or a payment gets returned, PaySimple will automatically put them on the known bad list, and they can't make another payment until I call and get them released from that. But they said if it happens again, then you try another card, another bank account, something. But if it happens again, they'll go back on the known bad list. And so they did that. And then she wanted to pay with a card. And so I got them off the bad list again. And she tried to make the payments, and then the same thing happened again with a different card. So I'm not sure.
And I
I've
said,
been in constant communication with them, I mean, just,
and our friend at Volstead Proper continues to give us the finger, basically.
yes, we had an interesting conversation with him last week. Or the week before last week, I think.
That's all I've got.
Yeah, Volstead Proper wants us to go to the state and get their beverage tax money back, cause their accountant, or whoever processes their taxes, supposedly filed all their beverage payments from the minute they opened to the state, to which I told him he could not do that. And so he has court, I think, on the 22nd.
The 22nd is big court day. We have Volstead, which includes Colt and Stephen on it.
Yes.
Okay.
And then also, Crab Kings will be on the 22nd. These are all plea dates.
Okay.
And Kohana is plea date.
I moved Kohana down with Crab Kings because I know they're not open, but we can't seem to get in touch with anybody to figure out what happened.
Her citation, and we have tried to mail these things to 2 or 3 different addresses that we've sort of fished around and found. And that every single one of them, and we've certified mailed them, and they've all been returned, unopened, unsigned. So I'm looking for a bunch of FTAs to be issued on that day, you know, for some of them.
Okay.
Colt may show up, I don't know.
I'm taking bets.
Over and under.
Yeah.
Steve will show up. Steve is trying to do right. He's stuck in, yes, he's stuck. But,
I mean,
Crab
it's easy to do right, cut a check that doesn't bounce.
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean,
Manslaughter's easier.
it's not difficult,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
I mean.
He doesn't have the money, so he can't pay it. But he will pay the court money on the 22nd. That's what he told me.
Well, I hope a lot of things get cleared up on that day,
Me too.
because it's a busy docket for AMP that day, and code enforcement as well, so,
Where will that be, Kim?
over here, district,
What time?
8:30.
Thank you.
Yes, any support in court is very helpful because the court does not know what AMP is about, and we've had several instances, like with Charcuterie Moore, our friend who's back on here again, went to court and Judge Carnahan was the judge, and he just wanted her to say, he just wanted to know if she paid all of her past due balances from what was on the citation. But we left there, I said in court that she was delinquent on April when we were there several months ago. And Judge Carnahan just didn't matter. She got off and then she got up and said a big spiel about how she feeds all the firefighters and the police officers and the people, law enforcement and all this stuff, and he told her, well, pay your taxes before you pay us.
Okay, good.
So now she's right back up there again.
So in regards to finding addresses and whatnot, how do we verify that the address they put on the form is correct whenever we intake the forms? Do they have to bring in like a, some sort of, like energy bill or something that says, hey, this is a verified address or anything like that?
That would be a question for Denise.
I
Okay.
think they just fill out an application and put their address on there.
And why is this not online? Why are we still doing paper applications?
That'd be another question for Denise.
I mean, to me, that is, I don't know anybody that takes paper applications anymore. So,
Well, I
How
have
do
been,
we help make that happen?
I mean,
I
I think it's the
a
question.
Google intake form I have guys on the cycling team that put them together in 10 minutes to be able to get all this information. Like, so, I mean, the IT department should be able, or somebody there should be able to put a Google form together where they just get online and it's like, if they don't have a computer, surely there's a computer here we can set up where people can come in and fill it out, where all the information that we have to get needs to be in there versus us just taking a paper thing that's like half filled out and doesn't have all the information on it. I mean, that would be, I mean, I don't know that it'll keep people from doing this, but I mean, at least if we have a verified, you know, place of residence or business for these people that is verified by something, then it would make it easier for us to get in contact with them.
I have been in communication with gov.os that, and they were supposed to come to this meeting. It's my understanding that the representative that I've been talking to, her son had a bad accident at school and playing football, and so, I mean, I'm glad she didn't have to come today because we kind of running on limited things here. But anyway, they now have the city of Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cypress City, Fayetteville, I think. I mean, all kinds of places that Pay Simple used to have, and Pay Simple still will not allow anybody to file a zero report online without paying a penny. And people do call me and ask me to refund their penny. And, well,
I got extra.
yeah. They also will allow you to, like, set up a payment for an advanced date. Like, if your month ends and you're gonna pay your sales tax by the 20th, you have to pay the day of.
Yeah, but would that still be us intaking the forms paper and then adding them to that, or will they go online and do it that way?
That's another layer that was added to it that GovOS will do.
Okay.
I did say something to Denise about it, and she was against the online application
I
process.
would like to hear her reasoning why she's against the online.
Okay.
Like, I wanna know what benefit we have by not going online. That would be my thought, cause to me it makes no sense, like everything needs to be in one centralized repository versus, you know, hey, here's your sheet. Like, you know, it's like, okay, well, this doesn't have half of it filled out and no one verified or checked it before, then they're having to go and try to figure out like where all these people are and, you know, wasting their time chasing people for $75 when they could be doing things a lot, you know, that's just my thought, you know.
And that's why we have been trying to nip it in the bud and finding out different addresses and doing research ourselves to clean this mess of people up that are usually on here.
And you've done a great job. I mean, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just trying to make it easier on you and her so that y'all aren't wasting your time calling all these people when it's like, you know, after 3 months, we should just be like, send it to somebody else and let them figure it out. Like, I don't want Kim chasing people down for $200. I mean, she's got a lot of other things she could
No, I
probably do.
absolutely know.
So, I mean, you guys have done a great job, cause I mean, I remember the first time I came on here, I think the list was like a full page. But I mean, if there's any way we can make it easier on you guys and the rest of the city and all the employees, I think that would be the way I would.
Exactly, but
want to know.
another thing that GovOS does is tracks down people that are delinquent and haven't made their payment every month, whereas our office and Kim and everybody were jumping through hoops trying to find these food trucks, these short-term rentals, these businesses that have closed, people moved. But GovOS does email or contact delinquents without us even having to say anything. So this list should be one day.
Well, I think it's important, people may or may not pay any attention to it, but to have it on the initial form, on the online form, if your address changes, you know, it's very important that you let us know of an address change.
Yeah.
Some people will, and some people just don't on purpose, but for the people who would, you know, cause they might not have that top of mind if they move, they might not, if it's a food truck that comes here 4 or 5 times a year, they may not think anything about it, but just something as simple as that.
Yeah, and if we have a repository of emails and whatnot, we could send one out at the beginning of every year saying, is this still your address? Yes or no?
Yeah, reminder,
If
update
not,
your-
it sends
update
you to
your
a link to another place that lets you fix it, so.
Now, we can send notices, which are our first, second, and final notices, even by email. But if it comes to a citation, it has to be either hand delivered or mailed, and that is considered proper service through the courts.
Do you guys have a read receipt on the emails? Like, okay. Cool. Sorry, I just wanted to, I was thinking about
This is
that
stuff we
one.
need to flesh out.
Yeah, I really wanna understand why she's against the online, cause that to me,
Well,
that's not where we are.
typically she's always here, but she had another
Yeah.
meeting today, so we can
Well, and I think
talk about it next month.
I'm good.
that if we can ever get this, I mean, it took years for us to get Pay Simple going.
Yeah.
Up and going, and that's when Chuck was City Attorney. And so this new one coming in, or wanting to present to y'all, hopefully next month, can do so much more. We're the only city of our size that still do not have beverage payments online. And I know that gets a lot of people confused because they can't pay their beverage taxes online. They have to mail it into the bank or hand drive it to the bank. And I mean, that's a problem when they can click a button and pay online for one and not both. Which would stay on top of our beverage collections as well as A&P. I
It is
mean, they go
inconvenient
hand in hand.
for somebody that pays them every month.
Yeah.
The A&P tax, you know, and the beverage tax, like, it's, one is much more convenient than the other.
Sure,
Right.
sure.
And so they have a lot to offer. I mean,
Yeah, it sounds like we need to add some technology to this.
I
Are
completely
we
agree.
against, I know GovOS is probably, how did we find out about GovOS? They just approached us?
Yes.
Okay.
I have been asking Pay Simple since we started how our forms don't auto-calculate. So people put a discount on there when they were really needed to make a penalty payment.
Yeah.
I mean, but that calculates it automatically, and so we don't have to like go around and get late
Yeah.
penalties or the discount back from people.
Gotcha, that you give the option to do something.
Right, and then they could pre-set up payments, not have to worry about them on the 20th or whatever day they wanna pay them on. I mean,
So GovOS would replace Pay Simple
yes,
and add more features and functionality.
absolutely.
Okay.
So you think that they're gonna come to the October
Yes.
meeting?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and add them to the agenda.
They were planning on coming to this meeting, but like I said, I think, something bad happened with their son and.
Would we be interested in hearing at other companies that offer the same process as GovOS?
Yeah, I can, yeah. Little Rock and North Little Rock, all the major cities, cities our size and smaller, or even, I was told Cersei has online beverage tax payments, but we don't.
Really?
Yes,
Through GovOS or through a different?
through GovOS.
Do you have any feedback from these cities that are using them?
I haven't contacted them, but I'm going to.
I'd like to have a list, if you happen to have a list handy, like just email it, I'd like to know, cause to see who it is. I got some friends in, you said Russellville does it? Or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I got a buddy on city council there, I wanna call and ask him if he has any, put me in contact with their commission. Yeah, okay, sorry to get off on
I don't
a,
know, we need to.
The Russellville A&P director is a friend of mine, if you wanna.
Yeah.
I can ask her about
I
it too.
would.
Cause
Just
she
get your-
handles all of their.
Yeah, get your thoughts on it and.
Yeah, they were looking at our site, our online payment site, and they were like, how have you managed to deal with this whole time? I'm like, ever since we started Pay Simple in 2017, I have been asking them to make these changes, and back then, they were the ones that had Little Rock in all the places, and that's how we got them. But I didn't realize until I continued to ask Pay Simple about all these changes that people are wanting to happen. And they were like, well, I said, y'all have Little Rock and North Little Rock, don't you? And how can they pay? Everyone will call me and say, well, if Little Rock can do it, why can't Conway? And I'm like, well,
Fair question.
it was, so I
Let's
didn't
figure it
find
out.
out. They did move to GovOS.
Got it. That's all I had.
I was going to say, oh, also the last address that we had for Crab Kings, the one that I sent last noticed, when she sent us that request for all of her court information, whatever, and I sent her hot check charges that were filed. She did finally last month submit a payment through the court system. And so we did get reimbursed for the last check she bounced. She still has a month that's really like a couple months that she hasn't paid before she closed. But we got something from her.
Did we approve the financials?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Do you have anything else?
That's all I have.
Thanks, Kim.
Thanks, Kim, thank you for your hard work out there, okay.
Then we can do the,
Come on, get
Permit
reviewing these
revocation.
people before you do too much work.
She shook her head.
Okay. Do what I'm saying.
I was just telling Mike, we could move ahead with the permit revocation.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, permit revocation is Kim.
Kim?
Well, no, she doesn't have to do anything, y'all just have to take a vote
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
to
I'm
move
sorry.
forward with issuing citations for the people that are
I make
past
a
due.
motion for the 30, 60, and 90 days.
Motion's been made, is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? No, aye, thank you.
Okay, I will go next. And I've had a busy month, I guess having an extra week made a difference. The first thing that I wanna talk about is the STAR report, which I gave you all a copy of it. So for the first time in 16 consecutive months, so, and I know it's tiny on here, but since March of 2024 was the last time we had positive numbers on occupancy and on demand. So that's how many people are wanting rooms. So that was a big deal. Hotels were up for the first time in 16 months.
That's a good sign.
Yes, so the collections for August were still lower than the July collections, but in comparing month over month, it was still a positive month for the hotels, I would say. I wish Melissa was here to comment on that more, but anyway, I was pleased to see that, looking at these numbers every month. I have emailed with Jason Lemon. At one point, he thought he would come today, but he had a conflict. So he will come and give an audit report at the October meeting. I've already got him on that agenda and told him I'd send him a reminder before the meeting, a couple days ahead of time. Some advertising stuff, reviewed an ad in a sports planning guide and included some new community center images in place of some existing baseball images, just proofing and editing it. Arkansas Love Where You Live is another publication. We do a 2-page spread in there. I reviewed it, made edits, included a new indoor swimming image in place of an old Lake Conway image. Got a call from a teacher organization that's having an event in Conway in November, I believe. They're gonna have 200 teachers in town at Hendrix College. And so they were looking for some vendor recommendations. I'm sure they'll venture over to the village at some point, so be looking for them. So last month, I think I told you all that I'd gotten data from AirDNA on our short-term rental properties, and I had Jack Pillow in our office reviewing that. And he was gonna come today and make a report, but he has been out for over a week. He had some surgery, and so he said, I can try to get it together. I was like, no, like you can come next month. We'll have more time, more space. It'll be better that way anyway. So he's gonna come next month, but he and I met and just reviewed the data that they provided. He'll be able to compare the data that they have with some economic development data and help us try and pinpoint where some of those places are that are selling their property but we're not necessarily collecting on. So hopefully we can close a little bit of the gap there. Had a meeting with the Arkansas Tourism Director to talk about AACVB, which is the tourism board that I chair, trying to get an in-person meeting together at some point. Typically we meet during the legislative session and we talk a lot at that point, but when the session's not in, then everybody gets busy doing their own jobs and not focusing on that. So I have reviewed the funding application for 2026, got it listed online. I think we got some of the kinks from last year worked out. And so if you recall, last year we had issues with, there's a box that you check of what type of funding you want, and the check marks weren't showing up when we got the forms, or, they were asked to fill out this blurb, but they typed way too much and apparently didn't know that they were in a room and just kept typing, so the answers would just be cut off. So we've extended those text boxes, tried to fix some of the issues. I've received one packet of hard copies so far, but I know other people have filled it out because I get a preliminary copy of it in my email, but I still want them to print it out so that we all have the hard copies to go through. Anyway, so that deadline will be October 15th. And then, as you know, I'll review those quickly, get them to you, and then at our November meeting, you'll be able to vote on funding for 2026. So that application process is taking place now. Several years ago, when we did the Christmas ornaments and roundabouts, we, put them up on these stands and then realized, oh, that looks not the best. And so we kind of scrambled last minute and had some banners printed. Spencer has let us know the banners are done for. They do not look good. So we are having those redesigned. Those are paid for with AMP production funds, which is part of the contract that goes to the chamber, but then it's only spent on printing and producing AMP materials. So I've been going back and forth with a graphic designer on those. We'll have them ready in plenty of time to go up this year, so hopefully those look better. Had a writer reach out to me. She's an outdoor travel writer, and she was writing an article that was going to feature Conway, and so she was looking for images of tow-tuck days, cycling, some education, outdoor amenities. So I gathered images and sent to her. Also had another writer reach out to me from a magazine. They're writing an article about tennis and pickleball, so I answered their questions about our available facilities and submitted some pictures for that. The Baum Gallery has a new director. I met her and went to their new gallery opening. It's an exhibit by all women artists. If you have a chance, stop by UCA. It's free. It's a nice little exhibit. Talked to her some about applying for funding because this will be her first time to do that. Also had an organization reach out to me, and I'll probably send this to you or Andrew this week. An organization called Top Recruit, and they're interested in hosting some softball recruiting events potentially in Conway. So they sent me some dates that they're interested in, and I had a call with them this week, but we'll see if it's worth it. So, oh, and I think I told y'all that I had some new ads designed. This is a cycling ad. This ran at home in Arkansas, and here's a digital version that ran somewhere else. I think it was on Bike Arkansas. So, lots of ad stuff this month.
Yeah,
And-
I saw the Bike Arkansas one. Those are really good. Yeah.
Thank you. I think they turned out pretty
They
good.
did. They really did.
And tomorrow,
Sorry, you had about a 10-year run of being in our bike ad stuff.
Hey,
I don't-
have your place
I
every
haven't
once in a
looked
while.
through it. I don't think you're in the new one.
No, I'm not. Happy not to be.
And his hair hadn't turned gray, so that's good.
I've got some grays.
What's wrong with gray?
I'm glad to have some. Glad to have
So
some.
I'm looking around the room here.
okay, well, that is all.
And I've got the permits. Denise emailed to me and Rachel the permits that were issued this month. Marco's Pizza has new owners, Sunshine Academy has new owners, and I think it's nothing but bunch cake.
Nothing but cakes.
Okay,
Nothing but cake.
Nothing but cakes.
that will be out on Amity Road. Opening today, apparently. Bobo vendors, the Shack Boutique, TEA is all capitalized. And the Alchemist LLC, and a short-term rental at, it's called the Conway Gathering Place, 2225 Eldridge Lane.
Parks and Rec.
Oh, okay. So at the Expo Center this month, we had Bella Rustina, there at the beginning of this month. We have the Faulkner County Fair, starts today, that runs through the 21st, and then at the end of the month, we have Conway Corp, they have their big company picnic. For the fields, for us, it's the kind of the start of the fall season. September is usually our biggest month. With that being said, we do have a tournament every single weekend at the City of Colleges Park. We have a tournament every single weekend at Conway Station Park, and a tournament every weekend at Don Owens.
Alright.
So hopefully this month will be great for everybody.
Busy for y'all.
Real busy, which we like. We like busy.
Good, good.
That's all I got.
And one more thing, there's a bike race this weekend at the Tech
Yes, I
Park.
meant to mention that.
We have, probably anywhere between 800 to 1,000 kids, age groups, 5th grade to 12th grade racing. So that brings, 2 parents, kids, so we'll have probably 3,000 to 5,000 maybe, depending on, a lot of them usually get here on Friday, stay Friday and Saturday, eat here, all that. So, you'll see kind of an influx. I guess it's gonna be a busy weekend with the fair too, so.
Well, we had, we also had probably 50 to 100 practicing there Sunday from out of town, and so that's the unique thing about these events is you get people who come in on the weekends to practice the course ahead of the event.
Mhm. And it should be a big deal, so if you guys are out and about Sunday and have nothing to do and wanna stop by, we should have food truck vendors, there's
What time does it
merchandise
start?
tents. It starts at the racing starts at about 8, I think, 8 or 8:15. And it goes till usually roughly, it's gonna be a little bit longer, probably 3, it'll probably go 3 on Sunday
It'd be
since the
a
whole
lunch outing
state's
for the
gonna be.
fam if we didn't have anything to do.
Yeah, dude, we had people come by last time that, he was just like, what's going on here? I was like, we were telling them it's a bike race, and they didn't know anything about it. They went and bought bike merch and a bunch of other stuff,
Yeah.
and ate at the places. There's usually ice cream, coffee in the morning, so
Enough said.
it's an event,
See you
man.
Sunday.
So yeah, you do. Kiddos like watching the bikes go by fast.
Yeah, that sounds fun, man. I'll take them out there.
Cool.
For some reason, I've started getting reels of bike stuff that are accidents.
Bikes.
It's people running into trees, and I'm talking about with some violence that occurs
Well, you
when
watched
that
the first
happens.
one and then by the fifth one.
Oh, no, I'm hooked.
Yeah, they got you then.
Well,
Your algorithm set.
that'll happen this weekend. There was also cross country there last
Last night, yeah.
cross country meet for 3 schools last night. In October it'll be a regional meet.
Cool.
Out there.
Starting
to do a little venue for.
Cool stuff.
That was literally built by hand out of nothing.
That's
And
pretty
that
good.
this and the commission helped.
Yes, by the
Jumpstart,
excavator.
Oh, and he's been using the crap out of that.
Is he
It's been-
digging
It's
it?
been awesome.
He's like-
He's made adjustments.
It's
He's
in the
been
best
out-
shape it's ever been.
Yeah, 100%.
Is it really?
He's been out there probably 3 or 4 days over the last week, at least, doing stuff. He was there yesterday. He could just, go and adjust anything that he needs. So
This is it's now and future, yes.
it's
If you wanna go to an RV or camper show, you can come there and just walk the parking lot.
Can you really?
Look at people's setups.
Their stuff, yeah.
everything from rooftop tents to giant fifth wheels.
Really, they just set up
Everything
there in the parking lot.
It's right on the edge
Yeah,
of the
it's
grass,
right
man.
there.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
it's a cool little event. So we need a bathroom out there. Long-term plans.
You know,
Changing stalls, bathrooms, all that stuff.
you know, now that you brought that up, I have been approached by someone and they were talking from a homeless standpoint, but there are apparently portable bathrooms and shower combinations.
Yeah, you're talking about the ones that you can wheel in.
trailers?
Yeah,
I see what
that
you're
you
talking
could,
about.
that you could wheel in, I guess you load it with all the water that you would need for however many showers, and then have a bathroom, kind of
Yeah,
like a
you can
porta
run into
potty.
them.
Yeah.
That was the tailgate in Little Rock at War
Would-
Memorial, those big
Yeah.
white trailers that
Would
are like
some-
air conditioned.
Would something like that be?
Better than nothing.
Yes. Yeah.
I think we could look at some things, but like at some of the other venues, so Centennial Park in Fayetteville, Kohler, Fayetteville has kind of a all-weather,
It's weird.
restrooms, changing stalls, barn. I mean, it's something in between, you know, your typical ballpark restroom facilities
Yeah,
and
not like
and
big
state
blue.
park, but
Yeah.
it's lighter scale.
We should take some,
But
we should try to get some pictures of it when we go
We're
to bring it
we're
back.
almost there. I think that's in Terry's long-term plans. We just gotta talk about connectivity and destinations
Good.
and all that thing. And obviously, you know, the CDC, who's given the land for the use of the trails, open to seeing more stuff out there. It's been beneficial to have, quality traffic, in that office park. Really, when we opened it, we had game cameras up to monitor everything. And I mean, I would say an hour before and an hour after daylight, you've got someone out there most hours. You know, either walking, running, biking, something, which is, it's good to have that.
Well, I brought the bicycle wreck thing up to bring this up. Do we need to pad any trees or anything? I don't know whether that's something that you can.
So for
do.
these,
Is
for
that-
these races, they'll do all of the,
Yeah.
necessary
All safety
accommodations.
precautions, They do all of them.
Hay bales,
Okay.
tape off some things. You're putting a bad jinx on us right now.
You know both their kids do this, right?
Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
I'll shut the hell up.
I was like, you can't be talking about this right now.
Zip it.
Some of our kids have I think they have a magnet to the ground connected to them somewhere that they go down quite a bit. And so we have a few of them.
If you're gonna be dumb, you better be tough.
Well said.
That's it. That's it.
We're fortunate to be in a town that's growing
Oh,
and has opportunities for even more. So it's a,
because some of us have been in towns that aren't.
yes, we have.
Very much so.
Some of
Yes,
us have
yeah,
been
yeah.
places that aren't.
Yes. And Conway's
We
starting.
moved here from places that aren't.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm still here.
You hope a town gets big enough.
Southeast
that-
Arkansas is continuing to dry up. And I'm sure, what, you're from Rector?
Yes,
I didn't know
it's
that.
far northeast Arkansas.
I know
as
where
you
I
can
drive,
get.
my wife did a tour in Piggott, so I know.
Oh, wow, that's in the county.
Yeah, yeah.
Pocahontas.
I know, yeah, I know where Rector is. I drive through it every time I would go up there.
Yeah. Wow.
All great places to be from.
Yeah, yeah.
To be from, that's exactly right.
Exactly.
We got anything else?
Okay, that's all.
I think that's it.
Okay, is there any new business?
Nope.
Old business?
Nope, I think we
Okay.
Fair parade starts here shortly.
Yeah, I was
You-
about to say, if
you've
you're
been
parked
warned.
somewhere and you don't wanna get stuck there.
I wanna leave as soon as I can.
Yeah, I gotta go move mine. It's in danger as we speak.
Yeah.
All right.
You want a motion?
Yeah, do we have a motion to?
So moved.
I'll second.
Or-
Aye, okay. Motion's up, thank you, and, but I'm seeing so many different people come in from so many states, from New York, from other places, as we have other projects that are going on outside of town.
That's cool.
I'm missing a lot of tables, and trying